What is this guy doing with his apron on? Today we're not talking about grammar. Today I'll make a vlog. It just so happens that I could put my hands on some beeswax. And finally, I'll be able to make some Tiger Balm, or anyway, some balm inspired by the Tiger Balm, which is an idea I've had for some 5 or 6 months, but that I couldn't put into practice just because I needed this one ingredient. As usual, if you're among my Italian students, this video will be a source of inspiration for our lessons. Any expression that may jump to your ears, we can discuss it, etc, etc. If, on the other hand, you're Italians and you just want to know how to make Tiger Balm, let's go on. This video will appear also dubbed in English and Spanish, so if your language is English or Spanish and you want to learn Italian, you can use the translation to understand what you didn't understand in the Italian version, and if your language is Spanish, same thing. So let's begin with the recipe. Okay, this recipe is a combination of recipes I found on the internet, all very similar, and this is the one I chose and adapted based on my needs and tastes. Let's begin from the beeswax, which comes straight from my neighbor who is a beekeeper, and you can see it's not very pure, but it's okay. At most I'll filter it later. Otherwise, you can find beeswax in a health food store. It usually comes as pellets or drops. Then we'll need some coconut oil. This, which is called shea butter in English, but honestly I don't know what it's called in Italian anyway, this stuff. Then some cinnamon oil, some camphor oil, essential oil of camphor, and some, well, technically fir it says here, but anyway, anything on the menthol pine side, one of these pungent smells. Then, like I said, you can adjust the recipe as you like. Also, I'll be using some extra virgin olive oil. This one happens to be infused with cayenne pepper. This is some coconut oil in which I heated some cloves because I didn't have any clove essential oil. But I only heated it for 2 hours instead of the 12 that the recipe called for. But anyway, it'll have some faint aroma of clove, and the medicinal property of cloves will be weaker, but better than nothing, right? The recipe is not too complicated. It's about mixing some oil with some wax, add in essential oils, and then wait for it to cool down and use as a balm. So we're gonna start by heating up some water, and we're gonna heat up all the oils and the beeswax on a double boiler. Let's begin with the coconut oil, to which I'm gonna add the cayenne infused extra virgin olive oil. Then it's the turn of the beeswax, which I'm gonna add in little pieces so that it can melt. Anyway, you can see that it comes in very thin sheets. Finally, I'm gonna add the shea butter, which sooner or later I'm gonna find out what you call it in Italian, which looks like this, and I'm going to melt it in. I removed the impurities of the beeswax because they were really ugly. Anyway, I'll strain it later. At the time of canning it, I'll filter it with a sieve. Now that it's all melted, we just need to add the essential oils. I'm gonna turn the gas off. Okay, according to the recipe I'm following, it calls for 10 drops of essential oil of camphor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 of cinnamon oil, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all right. Then it says 10 drops of peppermint essential oil, but I don't have it. But I do have these crystals of menthol that I bought in Istanbul, so I'm going to put a crystal of those. The equivalent of 10 drops, so I don't know. Let's say this much. Take that. Next, 8 drops of fir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we're done. We just need to can it and wait for it to thicken up and cool down. Let's see if I can manage to pour this product into the jars that I prepared without burning myself. Okay, it was a lot of fun. Now, I don't know what's gonna come out. As you can see, it's already cooling down and solidifying. And it doesn't really smell like Tiger Balm, actually, not even close. I think it needs more camphor and more cinnamon. At any rate, I'll let you know how it came out. And for my Italian students, if you have any doubt or any question or any expression that I used, it'll be the object of our next lessons. Bye! And this is the final result. As you can see, it looks like the original product. Actually, I had to change the original recipe many times, not the original recipe of the Tiger Balm, but the recipe I'd found on YouTube, because I found another recipe where the amounts of essential oils were 10 times, 15 times as much. So I had to put 100, 150 drops of an oil, and I had to put a lot more beeswax in it because much of the oil wouldn't thicken up. As you can see, we have the two layers here. At any rate, in the end, we got something very similar. I wasn't able to replicate the heating and cooling function of the Tiger Balm because the cayenne pepper olive oil was not that spicy after all. But I put some peppermint oil in it, and at least it's got the cooling action. At any rate, as you know, and if you don't know it, I'll tell you now, these vlogs of mine are not much about the contents, thank God, but it's about the linguistic aspect. So, today you heard some words in Italian that are related to wax, oil, boiling, etc., etc. The next vlog will be on another topic, and you'll learn a different vlog every time. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye. Too bad I can't see squat.